Conscious parenting. What is it? Well, we have grown up in a way of conditioning kids to be disciplined, to be domesticated in the matrix, on how to live and function within the matrix, which means do what we tell you to, when we tell you to, and we'll give you a little free time, free room to play around with, but not too much. As long as you do what we tell you to, what we expect you to, you're going to be fine. But is that really the way to bring our kids up? Or the kids, are they really here to teach us how to live, to remind us what human being is instead of being a human doing? I'm Garrett Ng. I'm here to awaken entrepreneurs, parents to live a more joyful, peaceful, harmonious life. I started homeschooling this year, my kids. There's certain limitations that I can see for my kids is a better path for them to walk. And I don't pretend to know. I'm just acting based on my mind, my heart, and my gut, telling me this is the right path for them. And I don't pretend to know it all and I can foresee the future. I can only do what I know best as a parent. So whatever you are doing right now, if you're parents, that's fine. Don't ever blame yourself for not doing the correct action. There's always perfect in the imperfections. Some of the greatest lessons that we have learned as individuals and as a species came from making mistakes, especially entrepreneurs. You can't grow a business if you don't make any mistakes. If you do that, you don't make mistakes, it means that you haven't challenged the boundaries. You haven't challenged the status quo. Even if you run a successful business, it wouldn't be any great business. Think of the Apples, the Teslas, those type of company that has transcended how business operates and became a mega global brand. They made plenty of mistakes, which comes back to the point of what is conscious parenting. Very often when kids are growing up, we're saying that, hey, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that, because of our fear. What if they fall down? What if they dirty their clothes? What if they play too much and they don't learn and fall behind in grades? Most of the decisions and command that we yell out are out of fear. Fear based on our fear-based projection. And where does our fear come from? Is based on the past experiences of our own childhood. That we think that to be enough, we need to earn it based on the external actions and behaviors that we do. Therefore, we replicate the same for our kids. In some cases, if we don't like the way that our parents treated us, we try to do the reverse. Again, we're trying to control and steer, influence how our kids needs to grow up. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying to be a passive parent and just let it be. The biggest flaw in us trying to teach our kids, what do we want in our lives for ourselves and our kids? We want to be happy, right? We want to feel love. Well, you look at a child, a toddler, how often are they in pure joy? Where they're just splatting water around or throwing rocks, they're getting an abundance of joy. Or sometimes just acting silly, making funny face. The smile in their face is almost as good as us winning the lotto in that moment. But us as adults, for the most part, how do we achieve happiness? We need a promotion at our job. We need something funny to happen in front of us. We need this, we need that, we need this, and we need that. With more and more pressure of stress, managing the kids, managing the house, so much that's going on, we need more and more to really enjoy. How the hell do we enjoy when we've got like a million tasks that we need to do on a to-do list? Again, I'm not saying that, oh, Gary, it's easy for you to say, in theory, to drop all those behind. But I'm just talking in general, because I've been a victim of this as well. I've become a human doing. I need to do in order for me to feel good. What I think is actually pursuit of happiness from the external is actually the matrix giving me a bone, a lolly, a taste of sweetness to keep me going, to keep me running in this infinite loop, thinking that, oh man, this is good, dangling little carrots in front of me, thinking I'm winning the race, but I'm just running in a circle. Kids experience something called costless joy. They don't need stuff. They don't need the iPads. They don't need toys. They don't need fancy clothes for them to feel joy. You just give them plain rice, let them play with it with their hands, with their feet, sometimes putting rice on their hair. They're happy. It doesn't cost $1 million for them to feel happy. It doesn't require a big mansion and Maserati for them to feel happiness. It doesn't take them 1 million likes on Instagram and dating a supermodel for you to feel great. So rather than us trying to get the kids to live more in a world of pain, a lot of push, effort, and still only a small bite of the carrot, small bite of the sweetness, what can we learn more from them so we can experience more without needing to do? And you know that even when they're feeling negative emotions, someone took my toy, or I pooped my pants, that sadness, they fully experience that sadness, that negative emotion for that fraction of a time. And then once it's done, it's gone. Just as the poop is wiped off the bum, they feel clean again and that's it. They don't have lingering memories minutes and hours after. Geez, I pooped my pants today. What a crappy day. Imagine we pooped our pants. How long does it linger in our mind that, geez, it's a crappy day today, I pooped my pants? What are people going to think about me? Now they're going to call me names. I'm going to have a reputation of Mr. Poop and all this poopy story circulating around my work, my friends, on social media. What if the national news pick this up? Kids, they live in the present. They don't live in the past and the future. Which us adults, we live in the different timeline. Very often, based on our past, we feed-based project the future of what it may look like, and we're trying to control the kids or steer them in a direction, don't do this, don't do that, when they are just being perfect and living in that moment. I'm not saying that if your kids are climbing up a ladder to say, oh, just let them be in the moment. But imagine we being in the present moment. Oh, okay, there's a chance of them getting hurt. We don't need to feed-based projection. Oh my God, let's scream and yell because they might fall. Instead, oh, okay, what's the best way to resolve it? Maybe I can say something to draw his attention, or maybe I can go there to assist as quickly as I can. So conscious parenting is about being conscious with the relationship you're having with your child. They came here to wake us up, for us to get more conscious, to get more aware of the beauty that surrounds us, not to add more stress. But until we learn these lessons, we will get more stress. And even if you learn the lesson, it's not like a one-class lesson, and it's not just a 3 years university degree or master degree. It can be years in the very rare cases, or sometimes it could be just days, and some people start to wake up and got conscious. From what I've observed, it could be years, an ongoing evolution of consciousness. But the more that you evolve, the more that you can see every single minute, every single moment of what the child does as a pure gift to your own journey. Rather than trying to be the know-it-all, to teach our kids on what they should do and what they should not do, what they should wear and what they should not wear, how they should eat and how they should not eat, we become partners in learning from each other. Yes, there is still the 3D world that there's certain things that you need to do in order to have to pay rent, have to pay for food, and all this other stuff. But in our current education system, it's leaning way too much towards the intellect. And I've seen it firsthand. Currently, there are riots going on in Hong Kong and different parts of the world. There's a lot of incredible young people that's been raised, very intellectual, gone to university, getting good grades, but because they are not conscious, the parents are not teaching them consciousness because their parents haven't taught them consciousness. With the good grades, with the good jobs, they're at war with themselves. The riots that's happening, the beating of innocent people, the destruction on society, is because it's an internal conflict that's going on. What's the purpose of life? Get grades, go get good job, make a good living, have a good house, be at war with yourself? Is that what life is about? Or wouldn't you prefer to have abundance from within? Because you're conscious. You're conscious of life, how to be, live like a young child. Joy is just happening spontaneously, easily. And in that state of every day is joy, at school, at work, at play, who wouldn't want to hang out with you? If someone that is in pure joy and in connections with themselves, there's no war, they're also in love as well. With someone that's in love, caring, nurturing, being considerate of other people, adding value to other people is a natural part of the outcome. Work is not work. Work is play. Work is pleasure. Work is contribution. Work is service. Work is donation. Work is giving back. Work is adding value. Work is bonding. Work is experimenting. And that's what life is about as well. When you open to paradigms of conscious parenting, the paradigms of this world will shift drastically. Do I get annoyed by the kids fighting with each other? The kids not pick up the socks in the room? The kids losing the library books? Forgetting the water bottle? Yeah, I get all of that. But I'm getting more and more aware all of these are my issues. It's not their issues. When they got the socks in the room, they don't have an issue with it. It's just my ego preference. I prefer to have no socks in the room. Are they mine? Are the kids mine? Most of us, because we gave birth to it, when I say we, it's my wife actually gave birth to the child, we think that they belong to us. We fed them, we treat them like a pet. Because we're feeding you, we're giving you shelter, you belong to us. Instead of fully acknowledging they are their own being. We're not here to control them. They're here to shed light and love to us.